What I can say is we're going to move to just truly massive scale, scale that no company has ever achieved in the history of humanity.
Hi stock investors, JJ here, welcome back. Well, has Tesla and Elon Musk been involved in massive stock fraud and other kinds of fraud over many years? That's what's being alleged in a new lawsuit, which I've been doing a series of videos on. So in this episode, I'm going to investigate more of the alleged stock inflation fraud, including overt market manipulation, which allegedly involves Morgan Stanley, and broadcasting propaganda on social media using Tesla social media influence as well.
Tesla stock price target for year end 2024 is $3,000 per share.
Well, I'm very convinced that this goes in the 5,000s or 10,000s once people understand what Tesla is all about.
What do I think the stock is worth today, which my number is way over $1,000 a share? You get to $4,000 a year. Has it overshot what I think the stock is worth today? Because I think it's going to $10,000 a share.
I'm predicting that Tesla stock price in about 15 years will be somewhere around $48,893. 48, 47x where we are today, which is a lot.
If this is the first episode you've seen on this case, it's Greenspan versus Musk et al. In the California Northern District Court. You can see in the contents here, there's so much covered. We're just going to cover two sections here: overt market manipulation and broadcasting propaganda on social media. Just two. There's enough to go on with just in those two sections of alleged fraud. So briefly, before we get into the Tesla social media influencers or pumpers, overt market manipulation, defendant Morgan Stanley has helped defendants violate securities laws on a continuous basis for years, it is alleged. It says, as alleged in the first of amended complaint of Razella versus Musk, New York Southern District Court, Morgan Stanley helped defendant Musk purchase shares of Twitter Inc. in an unlawful, manipulative manner intended to keep the price of Twitter, that's TWTR, when it was public, down, and to deliberately evade Morgan Stanley's compliance team, or as Morgan Stanley Managing Director Private Wealth, likely John Newhouse, put it, no one knows what is going on and why. Not Morgan Stanley compliance, not anyone. The allegations in Razella, the case based on documents obtained during discovery, including but not limited to text messages, are damning. These are some of the text messages. It says, on February the 2nd, 2022, likely Newhouse privately assured defendant Burchell that it will take time, but it should if you want to get in under the radar and establish a position. Burchell agreed and later confirmed that we should opportunistically ramp up if given the chance. If there are some interesting pre-market blocks near or at the close, we should look to take advantage. Likely Newhouse responded that they would buy into weakness and higher volume, but not press the price, fearful of letting anyone sniff anything out. Warned that they could do a slightly larger block trade provided only if we keep it abso-effing-lutely quiet and we execute it well. Now, on Friday, May 4th, 2018, quite a few years back now, defendant Musk posted on Twitter, "Oh, and short burn of the century coming soon. Flamethrowers should arrive just in time." Now, when deposed by the SEC, defendant Burchell testified under oath that he had weekly meetings with defendant Musk on Fridays. On Friday, May the 4th, 2018, defendant Musk posted on Twitter, "Looks like sooner than expected. The sheer magnitude of short carnage will be unreal. If you're short, I suggest tiptoeing quietly to the exit." And this is a reply in the same thread to Elon Musk from Muddy Waters Research, which is a prominent short seller. Actually, VW owns the Short Burn of the Century Award 2008. If you keep focusing on fantasies of stock market schadenfreude, VW's Audi brand will probably end up owning much of Tesla's EV market share too. Even for a super capable guy like you, priorities have to matter. And Elon replied, this will be bigger, implying the short squeeze will be bigger when it happens. Now the lawsuit says, upon information and belief, at least as early as May 4th, 2018, defendant Musk conspired with defendant Birchall and or defendant Morgan Stanley to devise a strategy to harm short sellers of Tesla stock. And we can see the date there. And of course, we remember, if you've been following Tesla stock, it really started to ramp up. You can see the massive gain it got there during 2020 and 2021, peaking in November 2021. The lawsuit also says, upon information and belief, in turn, defendant Birchall enlisted defendant Morgan Stanley, which engaged in trading activity on defendant Musk's behalf with a specific intent to illegally manipulate the price of Tesla stock upward. According to defendant Musk's SEC form disclosures, defendants Birchall, Accession, Musk Trust and or Morgan Stanley exploited thin trading volumes during, before hours and after hours trading sessions to increase Tesla's stock price. Now, the lawsuit alleges defendant Musk's stock prices were an effort to paint the tape intended to artificially and deliberately increase the price of Tesla by creating the false impression of high trading activity, especially during extended trading hours, not to secure the best price. Now it says again, upon information and belief, defendant Musk, Birchall, Accession LLC, Musk Trust and Morgan Stanley repeated this scheme on additional trading days from 2018 to present. That's 2024. And again, we can see that stock price really peaking in late 2021, but it had a massive run up there. So it's alleging here that this was happening during that period to pump the stock price up. Now it says they use one or more Morgan Stanley trading accounts to mask trades in Tesla actually being executed on defendant Musk's behalf, as they did with Twitter. Now to the section on broadcasting on social media. I'd argue it's not just broadcasting, of course, because social media is interactive. There's back and forth. They're able to influence people with conversation. So let's get into it. Beginning in late 2018, defendant Tesla began to deliberately cultivate social media influencers and small blogs lacking journalistic standards to promote false narratives, encouraging viewers to purchase the company's electric vehicles stock and later, after the SolarCity merger, solar products. Each influencer group was especially active on Twitter and YouTube, posting tens of thousands of text messages and videos in aggregate. Now this first section outlines Now You Know YouTube channel Zac Cataldo Incorporated, Now You Know Productions LLC in Massachusetts, 2019. Now it's alleged he on his channel recommended purchasing Tesla stock to its 95,000 subscribers and 17 million plus views for years. Also, Cataldo's creative director since May 2015 was Tesla Massachusetts regional manager Steven Salowski. Per Mr. Salowski's LinkedIn profile, the channel currently holds the top position in the world for referring and selling Tesla vehicles. Importantly, it alleges Mr. Cataldo never clearly disclosed the direct involvement of defendant Tesla with his channel. There you see his channel, lots of Tesla news, lots of Tesla talk, and just recently videos still going on there. Now this is the LinkedIn profile of that Massachusetts regional manager of SolarCity Tesla that was allegedly associated with that channel. Next is HyperChange YouTube channel, a YouTube channel run by social media influencers Galileo, Russell, who I've talked about in previous videos, in a video published in September 2019 entitled Model 3, the self-driving electric smart car. Russell predicted hundreds of millions in annual revenue and extremely high profit margins, or even billions, for defendant Tesla based on nothing except his own unfounded speculation, while defendant Tesla lost money on every car sold at the time.
Tesla just launched Tesla Insurance. Imagine being able to purchase that through your touchscreen. I mean, there's more and more things that Tesla can layer on for you to do on their touchscreen, and each one of these things provides more value for customers and is an opportunity for them to make money. I mean, think about the numbers. It can add up really, really quickly. Just making a couple dollars per user per month when you have tens of millions of people driving around your cars could mean hundreds of millions in annual revenue at an extremely high profit margin, or even billions if they get to somewhere close to Apple's scale.
Russell frequently recommended purchasing Tesla stock and was permitted to ask questions of defendant Musk on at least one Tesla earnings call as though he were a professional stock analyst. Now here's a tweet or X post from Bloomberg TV about Galileo Russell, who was still coming down from the rush of his 23 minutes of fame on the Tesla earnings call. Elon gave him 23 minutes to talk about his analysis of Tesla stock, and he is a cheerleader and associated with Tesla, as it turns out. Next, the Third Row Tesla YouTube channel, which promoted Tesla products starting in late 2019. It says, Kristen Yamamoto, an Oregon-based coffee shop owner going by Kristen Netton or K10 on Twitter, became one of the core members of Third Row Tesla, along with defendant Kazi. He's now Holmar's blog on X, Vivian Hantush, Sivian Fravel, and Vincent Yu. Altogether, all of these individuals participated in corporate propaganda broadcasts promoting Tesla, some of which took place in one of defendant Musk's homes, where they interviewed Elon and Kimball Musk. Here's the Third Row Tesla YouTube channel. The last video was 4 years ago now. You can see Kimball Musk in that video thumbnail there.
Welcome to the Third Row Tesla podcast. This is Safyan Verval. Today we have a really special guest, so I'm going to go through and introduce all our whole crew. So we've got Viv.
Hey guys.
Awesome. And then we got Omar.
Boom.
And then we got Kristen, K10.
Hi.
And then we got our special guest. So today, no other than Kimball Musk. How you doing, Kimball?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for having me, guys.
Doing well. It was a pleasure. Yeah, great to have you on. I know we have this amazing promotion going on right now that I just wanted to talk about first. So maybe you want to tell us a little bit about that?
You bet.
Now this image is in the lawsuit. I believe this is a podcast being recorded in Elon Musk's house. Kimball Musk is there, Omar, Holmar's blog, and others there. That's Galileo there, I think. So the whole group of them talking in a podcast with Elon Musk and Kimball Musk. Kimball Musk is a board member of Tesla. There's the Holmar's catalog X profile of Omar Kazi.
You need really good AI. You just need really good intelligence. And you saw like all the extra sensors, all the extra hardware, all the extra cost to get the Waymo to run.
Look, I was a little freaked out right there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Holy shit, what's going on?
Holy shit, you just blew through that stoplight?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't good.
Now, if you're watching this video on YouTube or anywhere else with a like button, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. Thanks. And do subscribe if you're getting value out of these videos. If you want to see more content like this in the future, there's K10 with 164,000 followers on X, and see the Cybertruck there in the banner. Now next is Electrek blog, which is operated by Fred Lambert, who says here is controversial amateur Canadian securities analyst that for many years received preferential media treatment from defendant Tesla. However, recently things have changed. This is an article by him from just the 5th of September, just days ago. I sold all my Tesla shares. Here's why. He says, I fully divested from Tesla, selling my shares. I'm going to try to explain why. At Electrek, we like to be clear about our biases rather than claim we have none. I followed Tesla since 2008 and invested in the company after it went public in 2010. I started writing about EVs and especially Tesla full-time in 2015. He goes on to outline the many reasons that he has sold Tesla stock now, including Elon's behavior and also FSD, not believing what they are saying about FSD, that it's not going to happen, full self-driving. He outlines all that and many other reasons. It's a really interesting article. Now, Fred has attracted the wrath of other Tesla influencers after this decision, and recently when he seemingly turned against Elon and Tesla. This tweet just from the 17th of September. Hey Tesla BOD board of directors, is he still CEO of Tesla? Talking about Elon, attacking Elon, when Elon made this questionable tweet that he later deleted, and he doesn't delete many tweets. Fred also says in that thread, also if you need more proof that he has surrendered, I think that's meant to be surrounded himself with yes men. Elon says, well, one lesson I've learned is that just because I say something to a group and they laugh doesn't mean it's going to be all that hilarious as a post on X. So what he's saying there is he's surrounded himself with yes men at Tesla and SpaceX. Nobody says no to him and will laugh at his jokes, so he can't tell what's reality and what isn't. It's probably true too that, as you can see from his many interviews, the Walter Isaacson book, his tweets, that Elon probably doesn't have very high EQ. That's emotional intelligence, not IQ but EQ. Next is Teslarati blog, which describes itself as a Tesla news, rumors and reviews site that received preferential media treatment from defendant Tesla, it is alleged. Next is ClenTechnica blog, describing itself as independent clean tech journalism that often published false stories and received preferential media treatment from defendant Tesla, it is alleged. Next is Frunkpuppy LLC. Dr. Earl Banning and former Morgan Stanley digital marketing assistant Vice President Julissa Bonilla, they incorporated Frunkpuppy in Ohio in January 2019 as part of a social media influence campaign. The Frunkpuppy concept of photographing puppies in the frunks of Tesla vehicles was heavily promoted by Dr. Banning on his Twitter account. And as an example, here's an article on Teslarati. Tesla owners are catching the Frunkpuppy fever. Here's the story behind the trend. Teslarati being one of the other social media influencers outlined here. And there's the Twitter or X profile with 124,000 followers. Now, a very popular podcaster you might know, Lex Fridman, on April 5th, 2019, citing a paper by Lex Fridman, defendant Musk wrote on Twitter, drivers in this data set use autopilot for 34.8% of their driven miles and yet appear to maintain a relatively high degree of functional vigilance. The widely criticized Fridman paper entitled Human Side of Tesla Autopilot Exploration of Functional Vigilance in Real-World Human-Machine Collaboration, that's a long one, was removed from MIT's websites on an unknown date after May 2020. All references were removed from Fridman's personal website between May 12, 2020 and August 11, 2020. There's Fridman's X profile with 3.7 million followers. And here's a very recent podcast by Lex Fridman of Elon Musk, Neuralink, and the future of humanity, just at the beginning of August. And it's more than 8.5 hours long. Now, the lawsuit said the Fridman paper's findings were contradicted by subsequent MIT research, which defendant Musk did not share. Not surprising. Now, on April 29, 2019, Mr. Musk wrote, "We don't buy advertising on X," and the X post is there. At some point, we should probably do advertising as art/communication/entertainment and to support high quality media. Emphasizing the point, Mr. Musk wrote, "Other companies spend money on advertising and manipulating public opinion. Tesla focuses on the product." And here are those tweets. I found them on X. Now, the lawsuit says on October 25th, 2021, Vivian Hantush, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, whom defendant Musk had hired to his office of the CEO within Tesla in secret, posted on Twitter, "This is awesome. That's why Tesla doesn't advertise. Their customers do it for them. And it's about Hertz. Goats recognize goats, introducing our new EV fleet." It's when Hertz bought a lot of Teslas. despite representing that rental car companies would enjoy unequivocal economic advantages from owning a fleet of Tesla vehicles. Ms. Hantusch, based in Germany, did not mention the RAC Group litigation in Europe, proving the opposite. Recently, and this isn't in the lawsuit, this is what I've just seen recently, Hertz is done gambling with EVs. It took a first quarter $195 million hit on Teslas that just keep losing value and can't sell them fast enough. Hertz fire sale take used Teslas to no haggle $25,000 price. Elon Musk in the past, and this is in this lawsuit, said that Teslas he thinks would be an appreciating asset over time.
So essentially buying a car today is an investment in the future. You're essentially buying a car. You're buying I think the most profound thing is that if you buy a Tesla today, I believe you are buying an appreciating asset, not a depreciating asset.
Now, Tesla's 2018 SEC Form 10K disclosed marketing, promotional, and advertising costs of $27, $32, and $37 million in the years 2019, 2018, and 2017, respectively, of which the majority is related to promotional activities. Importantly, these figures do not match the false claims on Twitter that Tesla doesn't advertise. Now, DEPT is an international public relations firm based in the Netherlands that boasts of its large technology company clients on its homepage, including defendant Tesla, among others, it is alleged here. Now, I looked on there and Tesla wasn't on there at this time, but presumably it was when this lawsuit was written. The DEPT website features a page clearly stating that it offers influencer marketing services, and that's true. This is the website. There's the influencers section of their website. Talks about why you need influencers as part of a company's marketing. Now, internal Tesla documents, probably from the Tesla files, which I've talked about in previous videos in this series from a whistleblower, demonstrate that Tesla hired DEPT through Tesla's subsidiary in the Netherlands to facilitate a stealth advertising campaign based in Finland targeted at customers in the US and the rest of North America. The result was a YouTube video entitled First Day in Finland, Drifting Teslas, posted by Kara and Nate, a couple from Tennessee who have 2.71 million followers on YouTube at present. The video's description on YouTube explicitly states, by the way, Tesla did not pay us to be here, even though it might seem that way with our excitement levels. Haha. This was false. Internally at Tesla, the campaign was referred to as the 2019 Tesla Winter Experience, and it was a pretty amazing experience by the look of the video.
Good morning from tiny, snowy, beautiful Kimi, Finland.
Back in January, we received an email with a subject line that made us do a double take. It said, "Hello from Tesla."
Long story short, Tesla invited us to their event here, and we don't know the exact plans for the day, but we know it's going to be awesome.
Not only is this my first time in a Tesla, but they're gonna let me drive in the snow in Finland. This is so crazy. This iPad is like the controls for everything in the car. Anything you need to do is on this screen.
How am I doing, Alex?
You are a natural,
Really?
honestly. You're killing it. You did a great job.
Yes!
Look at the key. It's like a Matchbox car. Wow. You just can't help but smile. We switched over to the Model S and we drove back into the city to the ice track. I think I smiled the whole way here.
You're a great teacher.
I did it!
All right, nice. Thank you.
Nate.
Thank you. Learned a lot.
Who was better? Okay, so we've driven ourselves around the track, and it was pretty exciting.
This should be a lot more fun.
Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, we're already going like twice the speed that I was going. And now we're sideways.
Completely sideways.
That's the clever thing about the car, is it doesn't let you go too far.
Yeah. So Nate, which Tesla do you want? Model 3 or the Model S?
I like the horizontal screen on the Model 3. And it's better for the bank account, I've heard.
Further hotel invoices from Finland billed to Tesla demonstrate that, in fact, Tesla did pay for Kara and Nate's stay. Their Tesla advertisement was posted to YouTube on May 14th, 2019, just a few days later. DEPT is not the only advertising agency Tesla has made use of, despite defendant Musk and Tesla's persistent representations that the company does not spend on advertising. Other marketing vendors in Tesla's payable system include a bunch of other companies there. MWW in particular was hired under the direction of Dave Arnold to secretly spy on Tesla employees' Facebook groups for $150 per hour or more in order to prevent unionization efforts, a task that possibly violated labor laws, it alleges. Prior to DEPT's involvement, Tesla Director US East Jeremy Snyder was responsible for relationships to create an influencer marketing strategy, according to his LinkedIn profile. And there is the profile. It does indeed say that the development of influencer marketing programs and special projects that support and enhance Tesla's brand position globally he was engaged in. Now, of course, they're not the only Tesla social media influencers out there. There are more with relationships to Tesla, allegedly. Some of them have been in these previous videos. One of them is Alexandra Merz, or TeslaBoomerMama, and she has a massive price target on Tesla.
Are you in the Cathie Wood camp? I think Cathie came out $2,600 price target on Tesla by 2029. What do you think about that one?
It's a very reasonable price target. Mine is actually higher, not that I am doing as much extensive research as they do. When Cathie Wood and the ARC team came up with that price, they have not included Optimus. And we will actually see Optimus ready. Optimus, the humanoid bot that Tesla will start selling to third parties end of 2025. And for me, that is the biggest opportunity of all the Tesla opportunities out there. So if you consider, like Cathie, that just cars, full self-driving and energy bring you to 2,600 in 5 years, you should include the bot and you'll get to completely different numbers.
So what's your price target then?
Well, I'm very convinced that this goes in the 5,000s or 10,000s once people understand what Tesla is all about. Tesla currently is still looked as a car maker. Tesla is anything but. I mean, these are robots on wheels.
Not forgetting the very prominent Sawyer Merritt, who tweets about Tesla every day. He's got 728,000 followers on Twitter. Elon Musk does repost his posts quite often. It says he's the co-founder of Twin Birch USA Sustainable Lifestyle Apparel and Tesla investor. I don't think I've ever seen him post about his sustainable lifestyle apparel. It's all about Tesla all day, every day. Do you have any of the other so-called Mag 7 stocks in your portfolio or any other tech stocks? Do you find it difficult to track your portfolio, the performance of it over time? I have a special offer here for followers of The Art of Value for viewers for ShareSite, which is a portfolio tracking and reporting tool that I use myself. I wouldn't recommend anything that I don't use myself. Now, over 400,000 investors worldwide trust ShareSite, including me. You can track your portfolio by bringing in automatically the trades that you do from various brokers, not just one. If you have multiple brokers, you can bring them in. You can bring in historical trades going back as long as you like, years, to get the true performance of your portfolio. Do you know the true performance, including dividends? I'm going to put a link in the description to this landing page with the offer on it. You can also sign up for free. There's quite a few features for free there, but there's also the annual premium plan, the offer there. You can see this short video here to find out more about ShareSite on that page as well. The most recent episode I published on the alleged stock inflation fraud covered how the fraud is linked to Musk's huge compensation plan, Musk lying in public to justify revenue recognition, and fraudulent price targets, which involves Cathie Wood and others. I'll put a link in the description and to the playlist of the rest of them if you haven't caught up on those yet. Do hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.